Hey everybody. Hopefully the network issues get resolved and we keep anyway, I keep dropping out. I keep logging on, I keep trying to start it, and it seems like the hotel internet's really slow today, which is kind of sucks because last week when I tested it, it was just fine. Everything worked good. Anyway, hopefully it keeps rolling and we're going to try this again. So, and it's saying bad connections. That's not a good sign. Oh man, I was really hoping to be able to chat with everybody today. So make sure we get. Anyway, for the stock, instead of anchovy stock, I'm using a mushroom stock. I've got some shiitake mushrooms that are sliced up. I've been soaking them for a couple hours. I've got a piece of kombu in here. Hey Fergus. Hey, hopefully this thing doesn't keep dropping out on me. It'd be nice to be able to chat with everybody today. And for the mushrooms, I'm buying them already sliced up. The stock turns out better if you get the whole ones and soak those. Be sure to soak them for a couple hours ahead of time. Hey Mark, hopefully we stay online this time. It's saying bad connection, but if we can hang on, that'd be good. And for the dried seaweed, this is what I'm using. Got a little piece like this in our mushroom stock that we're making. It's just soaking in there. Now I'm going to put one more piece of this in the rice cakes whenever we're making them. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start heating up everything. But let's give us a couple minutes. Excuse me, I rubbed my nose. That's the one bad thing about doing the live. Anything you do that I could edit out in video, you guys are going to see it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and let's start getting cooking going. Yeah, I think it's because I have a really bad connection here at the hotel today. Anyway, I've got my pan here heating up. I need my stock. I'm going to put a couple of cups of this stock in this pan. And what we're going to do, we're going to let this start heating up. And put that to the side. No joy here in Tennessee. Alright, so I got my rice cakes. This is a bag, like a pound and a half. We're going to put them in here. We're going to take out the desiccant pack. I don't like to eat that too much. And then we're going to take, let's see, let me move this around a little bit. We're going to put another piece of our seaweed in here. We've got our gochujang. I got a quarter cup of this. We're going to put that in there. Now I've got 2 tablespoons of white sugar. It's kind of better if you use raw sugar. I like that a little better. But I've got 1 tablespoon of the gochugaru. This is the spicy Korean pepper flakes. How much you use is going to depend on how spicy your gochujang is. I've got okay, here we go. Anyway, I've got 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Now I'm only using 1 tablespoon because I am going to put in some Daejeon, because the Korean bean paste, and I'm doing that because this is a vegetarian stock and this is going to kind of help ump everything up a little bit. So that means I have to back off on the soy sauce. And then I got some sesame oil, but that's going to go in there later. I've got some onions and some cabbage that'll go in later as well. Right now I'm putting in some garlic. Now we're just going to let that come up to a boil. That's going to take a minute or two. Now, gochujang. Let me show you the one I'm using. This is the one I'm using today. I don't really have a preferred brand. I just like to find the ones that don't have a lot of flour and stuff in them. Because some of them you'll find it'll be lots of flour. Like this says rice is the #1 ingredient. That's not necessarily good. I mean, traditionally it's not really made that way. But I mean, it is commercial stuff. You know, I'm having to deal with it. All right, my pan's coming up to a boil. Oh, great. I'm glad you guys can see me and hear me now, Mark. That's good. I'm just going to give this a little... I'm just going to make some noise. I'm going to give this a stir. And I'm going to put a little more of that mushroom stock in there. And I'm going to put some of my sliced mushrooms in here. I'm going to let them cook. I missed that conversation. Anyway, as you guys can tell, this is my first time to be live stream cooking. So there's a lot of mistakes. We're going to learn from it. And hopefully in the future, I'm going to do a lot more. I'm going to do more of these. I can't do one next weekend because I'm going to be in New Orleans. But I do like the idea of being able to live stream and cook at the same time. That way I can kind of, hey Ari, good to see you. Glad you're able to log on. Hopefully you can see and hear everything pretty good. So I did play around with trying to use my wireless microphone and plug it into the iPhone. It didn't really work too good. I did 2 tests. I plugged in and shot a little video, and then I did one video without being plugged in, and basically the sound was the same. So that was kind of a disappointment. I was hoping to be able to use the wireless mic. Anyway, let's take a look and see what we got going on in the pan. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me turn this light on. So anyway, we're starting to come up to a boil a little bit. Got our mushrooms in there, got our sauce and everything. Thanks, Ari. Yeah, believe it or not, that's just the iPhone. This is the speaker on the iPhone. It's doing pretty good. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to look at the time, because I got to cook these rice cakes until they get tender, and that's going to take about 10 minutes. So I just kind of need to know what time it is. Just come by and give them a stir once in a while. And everything's coming along pretty good. So now we have a few minutes that we can just chat. And because I have everything already chopped up, my onions are chopped up, my cabbage is cut up. Which is kind of weird for me to have downtime during a cooking video, because normally it's all fast paced, you know, because I film everything ahead of time and then I chop it up. So I'm sure that's a lot different, but anyway, this is what it is. So if you guys have questions about cooking rice cakes, please ask, because I'm sure if I don't know the answer, somebody on here can probably chime in and help out. Oh, I am doing the spicy Korean rice cakes, Tteokbokki. It's a type of street food. They're long cylinder shapes, and they're they get real chewy. And then the sauce is spicy and sweet, because it's one of those real things like in the wintertime. It's really great to eat while you're walking around the streets in Korea. Let's see. This, this is kind of fun, but it's a little weird too because I'm used to just boom, 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 constantly going. Hopefully you guys like it. Let's see. So anybody else gonna be in New Orleans next weekend? Let's see. So Fergus, is the sound getting any better over there in the UK? I certainly hope so, because I'd hate for it to be bad. Oh, can you show us? Yeah. So Mark, you gonna be in New Orleans? That'd be cool. Oh, okay. Ireland, yeah, it's just St. Patrick's Day this weekend. Everybody was going nuts around here last night. So here's what we got going. We've got the rice cakes in there. I've got some shiitake mushrooms. Let's see. Oh, wow, Mexican beans, delicious, excellent, good. So anyway, there's the rice cakes, the mushrooms, they're simmering along. Got a few more minutes until we add our veggie mix in there. Oh, excellent. See, that's what I like. I'm getting instant feedback. It's fun, you know, because a lot of times I make these videos and I make them a week or two in advance and I edit them when I get a chance and then I finally upload them and schedule them, everything. I mean, so sometimes I've made the video 2 weeks before, and now here while I'm making the video, I got people telling me it looks good. I like that. That's the fun part of the live stream thing. I did get some lights. Yeah, let me move this out of the way. I keep plugging and unplugging the phone. Okay, so here's my softbox lights. I've got 2 of these. They're relatively inexpensive. Thanks, Eric. It's kind of a joke too. I mean, it says eat your veggies, but then the pig is broke up into different vegetables. It's better than cuts of meat. Yeah, these lights are inexpensive. I got them off of Amazon, and they work pretty good. I mean, especially if you're starting out for lighting your videos, they're good starter lights. I mean, at home I have some better, more expensive lights, but these work good for on the road. Keep plugging my phone in so it doesn't run out of charge. I mean, it's bad enough we're dealing with hotel internet connections. I'd hate to just flat run out of battery. That'd be silly. Oh man, these rice cakes are sounding good. Oh yeah. I don't know what's going to be. Oh, what time is it where I'm at? It's at 3 p.m. in the afternoon where I'm at. I'm on the Eastern time zone in the United States. I have to remember that I have people that watch from all over the world. Yeah. Ooh, LED Christmas lights. LED lights can be pretty good, but depending on the type of light, they're real limited on how far the lights go. Yeah, Adams, these, oh wow, so it's getting a little bit late. Well, I had Indian food for lunch, and so this is basically just going to be a snack for the afternoon to hold me over till dinner. Yeah, lighting, man, if lighting's key to having better video. But like you get a couple of these soft boxes, and you know, depending on where you're at, you can get them pretty reasonable. Or you can just get some clamp lights and make sure your bulbs are daylight set, like around the 500K lumens. Go with daylight, not soft light. No, this is not my lunch. This is just a snack. Oh, and yes, I am married to a Korean lady. She kind of reminds me of that once in a while. No, all kidding aside, yes, I am married to a Korean lady, and it is interesting because, you know, she was quite surprised when we met, and I knew a little bit about Korean food. Yeah, the clamp lights are good because sometimes you can actually open a kitchen cabinet, clamp to that, and shine down on where you need to light up. All right, one more stir. Hey Mark, you still on there in Tennessee? You still hanging on? Now our rice cakes are starting to get soft. They're starting to tenderize a little bit, which is actually right about on time. So let's add a couple more ingredients in there. Korean's definitely one of my favorite. I don't know exactly what my favorite would be. I mean, I like Mexican, I like Indian, Japanese. You know, I spend a lot of time in Japan. I've got some onion. I've got about half of a medium onion. I've sliced that up. Cabbage. I think tteokbokki just has to have some cabbage in there, but you don't want to put it in there too early. Oh, the sound's off? Dang it. I'm sorry. Anyway, gotta have cabbage. Hopefully this will record and upload the sound correctly later. Sesame oil. Get about a teaspoon of sesame oil. And then this is going to need a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's going to take just a couple minutes to cook the rest of the way. The veggies, I'll have to stir them one or two more times. Yeah, it does smell good in here. I've got the windows closed because there's a lot of noise coming in. Oh, that's good. Two fried type. Oh yeah, potato and rice flour. A mix of that is really good because if you use all rice flour, then it's kind of bland. But the potato, I like that. But yeah, anyway, I've got the windows closed because I was getting a lot of noise. So now the smell is really concentrating in here. But hey, it's not a bad thing. This cabbage, I'm just waiting for the cabbage to get done. I'm ready. Oh yeah, better plug back in. Hate to run the battery out. I don't know how fast this pulls the battery down. Gotta have a plate. Let's see. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to doing more of these live streams, but I got to get a little more used to it. I think this kitchen's it's kind of small, but then again, I mean, where am I from? I'm from originally from Arkansas. I live in Louisiana right now, but at the moment I'm in Orlando. I'm in Orlando, Florida. Atlanta's cool. I like Atlanta. Crazy drivers there, but you know, I'm sure you know that. Yeah, it's kind of hard to film in here because if I film the cooking portion, there's really no light over there, no matter what I do. So it's kind of hard to film that. But you know, we'll just work with it. Let me stir this one more time. Oh yeah, it's just about done and I'm ready. But anyway. Get a different spoon out here. Let's see, would rather have camera shot of cooking action than your face. Yeah, the only problem with shooting that. Hey, cooking share, how you doing? Been a long time since we talked. Yeah, it's kind of cool to do the live thing, but it's a little bit complicated also, but I'm working through that. Yeah, as far as doing the food, right now I don't have a tripod where I can set up and show the food really well. And it is, I'm not lit up very well over there. Now that's going to improve, and things are going to. So for in the future, it will be more about the food, just what's going on. But then also, if I got the camera rotated around to where I can see the food, then I can't see what people are chatting about. But then again, maybe I could do it the other way, use the other camera, and maybe see it that way. I gotta work through all this. I was hoping to have the laptop set up to where I could follow along with the chat, but that didn't work. Anyway, we're gonna work through this. All right. Now this is just about done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the burner off. It's almost there. That way I don't overcook it. Now let's set up. We're gonna set up. So I'm getting ready to put this on the plate. And this is the final product. See, now I can't see what people are saying. I missed that conversation, sorry. Big disaster. Yeah, I can't say this is actually perfect either, but you know, I'm trying it. Oh yeah. There. I want to get a mushroom on there too. Now normally I would garnish with, no, it's rice cakes and mushroom. Yeah, normally I would garnish with sesame seeds and green onion, but I don't have all that today. So let's give this a taste and see what we got going on. First, I want to try my mushroom. And that mushroom's good. Yeah, and you guys need smell-o-vision. That would be really impressive. Rice cake, it's nice and tender. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you buy these ahead of time and they're frozen in your refrigerator, or you can't get them fresh around where you're at, you probably want to soak these in water for a couple hours before you use them. Man. That's good. Scott Ray channel? No, that's a new one to me. Hey, aloha. Yeah, the rice cake is good. The sauce is good. I wish it was a little thicker, but you know, I can always play with that. Yeah, glad to see Bo made it on. She's doing all right. Yeah, glad to see. Man, I'm just so happy to see her. That's a lot of fun. Scott Reed, the SRP. I'll have to look him up. That's a new channel for me. I hadn't heard of that one. So, in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be, hopefully in like 2 weeks from today, I'm going to be shooting something else. We may have to do something. Oh, okay. So he does a lot of the cutting meat up and stuff. That's cool. That's a skill that everybody needs to learn. It's actually a dying art. Most of the small Ari wants me to eat more for her. Most of the used to every small town had a butcher shop, and now it's gone to these commercial things where everything's cut up in factories. And so even a grocery store. Oh wow, cool. He does recipes too, but he only shows it all the way as butchery. That's cool. We have a small butcher close to us, and that's where we get our pork belly. Wife calls him up and asks, British food? I've had very little of what would be the real stuff, but what I've had I've liked, and I find the history of British food pretty interesting because you start actually checking it out. There's a lot of history that goes behind practically every dish, which is cool. I mean, every country's got a history behind their food and the influences, because a lot of what we think of as a food from Italy is actually influenced from other countries like pasta. You know, tomatoes. Tomatoes are from the New World, like Mexico. You know, so pasta with tomato sauce. I mean, pasta come from China and tomatoes come from the New World. So that's definitely no, not yet. Well, actually, the only I was recognized one time, and it was from another YouTuber. Yeah, I see. But we take these dishes and we make them our own. You know, like in Mexico, they have tacos al pastor, and it's Korean Cajun, mix the two. Uh, El pastor basically came from Lebanese shawarma and meat cooked on a stick, and then they started figuring out how to update it. Outside of YouTube, I'm an engineer. I travel around getting power plants up and going. Freeholders Charles Rock. Hey, yeah, that's a good recipe. I love that one. It's not healthy at all, but man, they are so good. And then I hadn't tried the cabbage. Mm, yeah. You know, I think I like the mushroom stock better than I do the anchovy stock. The anchovy stock with the daikon and everything, you know, that's real traditional. I like that. But man, this mushroom stock, that's pretty good too. So, what's everybody's got plans for the weekend? Everybody do anything big thing? Because I know it's like spring break. You know, here I am like 30 miles from Daytona. Hey, not much, man. Just out here cooking. Yeah, I plan on doing more, and then I'm hoping to should be about June. I'm going to be on another. I'm going to be on a project, and I'm probably going to wind up around June or July. I'm going to be renting an apartment or a house, and at that point, I'll be able to set up everything. And of course, if I'm going to rent an apartment or a house, it's going to have a pretty good kitchen, and then I'll be able to live stream using my big camera, and hopefully solve all the connection issues where I'll have my since I'll be responsible for the internet, I'll have high speed internet and all that good stuff. And you know, it's just, I think it's going to be a thing that we're going to build on. Oh, I used dried shiitakes. I had these right here, Eric. Now, it does work better if you soak the whole mushrooms. You get a better stock. But being lazy, I would just use the sliced ones today. So the stock, basically, all I did was soak the mushrooms, a little bit of a kombu, and I soaked them for about 3 hours, and then just used that water. That's a good tip. I did not know that. But then again, you could just call them 1,000-year-old eggs. You know, I've been in the Chinese markets where they have the 1,000-year-old eggs out there, and I hear that they're really good. But that's one thing I wasn't brave enough to try. East Los Angeles, plan on cooking a Mexican recipe. Oh, that's awesome. Which recipe are you going to cook? It just seems kind of funny to me that, you know, you're in East Los Angeles and you're going to cook a recipe of mine. Oh, you tried those? What'd you think about them? Hey, to be honest, I think I'm having more fun than you guys. Yeah, because to me, this is a lot of fun being able to interact with everybody. Oh, man. That's a good one. Didn't like them at all. Yeah, I'm not really in anything ammonia. Yeah. Yeah, because anything ammonia, I mean, I hear something like I'm watching Andrew Zimmern sometimes, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's got ammonia taste." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." Oh, now that would make for one heck of a live stream. All right, so now, oh yeah, Larry, I gotta go on the keto diet. So there's also the other kind of tteokbokki. There's the royal tteokbokki, or the basically it's the old traditional where they stir fried them. And they stir fry them with meat. That's actually pretty good too. Oh, yeah, pimento cheeseburgers this afternoon. Oh man, that sounds good to me. Here I got food, and you guys are making me hungry. That's why I went to lunch late. Right? Yeah, I had went for an Indian restaurant. Had a takada. I think that's what it was. The yellow lentils where they season them up with oil and spices. Good stuff. Show us how to eat durian. You know, I've never had that. I've seen it whenever I was over in Thailand and stuff. Don't worry. I got a stove. I can heat it back up. It's fun talking to everybody. I enjoy it. I mean, otherwise I could sit here and watch television or YouTube videos. That's what I've heard too. I heard it smells bad. Now, keto recipes. I haven't done much research into that type of diet. I'm having to follow a pretty strict diet right now. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I'm having to follow a pretty strict diet myself right now. I've got some problems going on, and so doctors are having me reduce meat. No, like 4 to 6 ounces, or was that 200 grams per day? That's not a whole lot. I'm used to eating a lot more meat than that. So keto diet. I had to look up some recipe. You're going to lose fat on a keto diet. A lot of it. Well, that's not a bad thing. Is that like where you're going into ketosis, like on a low carb type of thing? Yeah, I've heard that the smell is pretty rough on that durian. 0 carbs, lots of fat. Oh, okay. Moderate protein. Oh, that sounds pretty strict. Don't know if I can do that. But yeah, so what kind of recipes would you guys like to see in the future? I mean, I'm thinking, some stir fry. Because stir fries are pretty easy to do. They're kind of that one pot thing. I could do all the prep ahead of time, and then just walk through it. Although I will need to get a different. I will need to get a different tripod, because I'm using the tripod for my DJI Osmo right now, and whereas it works great for the Osmo because it extends up and down. The holder for the iPhone is pretty limited on what I can do. Oh, fried rice. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Kimchi fried rice, something like that. And hey Tess, glad to see you. Yeah, the cauliflower rice you made is great. Oh, I didn't think about that. But somebody did post on the comment. I think I've got a couple comments from people saying that was a keto compliant recipe, basically, with some minor changes. And that cauliflower fried rice is good. To be honest, I'm actually starting to lean towards liking the cauliflower fried rice better than just plain fried rice. Especially whenever I do it at home on the big wok burner. Yeah, I like it that way. So let's see, stir fry recipes. I'm thinking something like that could be pretty easy to do as well. But I'm really not liking this kitchen for showing the actual cooking portion. Make pizza and bread it. Yeah, I've seen pizza done with it. I know James Strange diet. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, if you go back through some of my recipes, you won't exactly lose weight. good eating though. But yeah, I hope you guys are patient with these initial live streams, and hopefully you guys enjoy them, because I mean I enjoy doing it, and I love the idea of it. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. Great way to chat with you guys, get to know you better. Mark, you get your Spanish up pretty good. We're going to send you back to Mexico. Yeah, the live streaming, I think that's going to be the way to go. Uh, it's very interactive. I mean, I enjoy it better. Now, there's difficulties with it. Like whenever I was first trying to get signed on today, I was having network issues, and that's going to be part of the problem. Hey, thank you, Charles. uh, Royalty, it's not a whole lot. In fact, royalties are actually going down because the advertising rates are going down. Specific by the contract with YouTube, I can't discuss it, but it's pretty easy to find online. But it's not a whole lot. Yes, I'm a big Serious Eats fan. In fact, I have the book. It's a great book. If a person really wants to learn how to cook, not just follow recipes, I highly recommend signing up at the Serious Eats website, following along with them, and I highly recommend his book. I haven't read through all of his book, but I have it. It's one of those reference things that I'm glad I have, because it's awesome. Another website that I like for wok cooking, the Walks of Life. Those folks, I mean, they do some really cool stuff, and they explain things really well. Anyway, guys, I'm kind of wrapping up here. I've got some things I have to get done this afternoon, and I've been messing around getting ready for this basically all morning since I got up. Yeah, there's going to be some delays depending on the network, and right now I'm in Orlando, Florida. All right, Larry, glad you could get on. All right, Fergus. Anyway, yes. Hey, I appreciate everybody who stopped in to check things out, and hopefully you're patient with me on how I'm going to get better and better at doing this, and I'm going to get an encoder where I can use my other camera, but that's just not going to work in this little tiny kitchen. But I am looking at, like I said, it may be July, but anyway. We're gonna keep learning. We're gonna keep trying it. We're gonna learn some more. Every time we do one, we're gonna learn a little more, and we're just gonna get better at this. Anyway, thanks guys, and I appreciate everybody who stopped in. Thanks, Eric. Have a great weekend. Thank you.